All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the STU. It's your boy Ben with my lovely co-host Austin here. We just love to talk about sports. We watch a lot of sports. So,
We do watch a lot of sports.
So now we're talking about it. For our very first segment, we really just want to start with something that I saw on Twitter, and it is the next NBA star that's most likely to request a trade. So NBA Central tweeted out, ESPN insiders vote Joel Embiid as the next star to request a trade. Joel Embiid led it with 40% of total votes. Second place was Zion with 20% of the votes. Third place was Cat at 12% of the votes. And then tied for fourth, Trae Young, John Morant, Donovan Mitchell, Luka Doncic at fifth. And I'm going to add, I don't think Luka requests a trade anytime soon.
I don't think Luka requests a trade anytime soon either. I mean, what would be the benefit of him even doing that? He's like a hero in Dallas. I mean, I can't really, unless he's really trying to win, but I can't really see him requesting a trade now when Mark Cuban and the Dallas front office is really doing a lot to try to get him talent. It's just, I mean, they brought in Kyrie. They traded a lot. They traded all their depth. They need to get off Kyrie before they trade. I mean, if things got sour with Kyrie and Luka, they would trade Kyrie before they trade Luka, even if they took a loss on Kyrie in terms of value, because they gave away a lot for a problem.
So I guess let me ask you a side question then. What do you think it would take? What would it take to give the Mavericks for them to actually give up Luka? I don't think if I'm Mark Cuban, I would not trade him. I don't think
plus,
there's anything
he hasn't even peaked yet. He's still young. Like, this dude could go on for another decade.
MVP conversation last year, for most of the season. So
there's no point.
Realistically, what would it? Even if you are a team looking for Luka, you're moving your whole roster to get him. Really, your whole
that
future, your whole
enough.
roster, and that. Yeah, exactly. That's still
because Mark Cuban loves him too. So I just don't see why he would request a trade. So that's kind of goofy to me. Now, Joel Embiid.
I'm gonna have to agree with you, dude. All the beef that's going on with James Harden right now, which we can talk about,
plus the 76ers year after year after year playoff disappointments, and he's an MVP player. I mean, I'm sure he's getting tired of the that he's still an MVP caliber player. No matter how you put it, he's top 3 in the league right now at this moment. In terms of value, probably. Maybe top 5. He is injury prone. So, but, the 76ers, the Tobias Harris contract kind of messed up their depth because they're paying him a bag to put up role player numbers. You got, James Harden, he doesn't want to be there. They're trying to keep him. It's not going to work out. They're not going to get back near as much as they traded to get him. What did they trade to get him?
To get James Harden? Was traded along with Paul Millsap for Ben Simmons.
Bro,
he
what
was
are we
a part of the
doing?
Ben Simmons trade.
Damn it,
Seth
bro.
Curry,
Ben Simmons. Yeah.
Andre Drummond.
First 2-round picks. Yeah, so they really didn't give up a whole lot because they just traded a problem for a problem. Ben Simmons was supposed to be next up, so that's kind of disappointing. That's another thing. Joel's been there for, you wouldn't believe it, probably, I don't know the exact number, but at least 8 years. Because he was injured for a long time at the beginning of his career. 2014.
Taken in 2014.
Yeah, so he's been dealing with their year after year. And then Ben Simmons came in. They're like, okay, the process, yada, yada. Ben Simmons ends up getting injured all the time. More of a mental thing. He was out there passing it on a layup, in the finals.
Just as a side note, Ben Simmons was one of my favorite player. His rookie year, I was on the Ben Simmons train.
He was shooting pull-up jumpers, bro.
I wanted to be Ben Simmons. His passing game was fire. His defense was phenomenal.
His archetype too, bro. He's a 6'10" point guard.
He was supposed to be the next LeBron James, the next Magic Johnson.
Magic, dude. He had Magic vibes, crazy, but not anymore. What teams are gonna trade for Joel Embiid? I saw rumors that the Rockets were thinking about it, or were in the trade discussions, but That doesn't even make any sense because
we
the
don't
Rockets
really want him.
we don't really want him because the Rockets are in the middle of a good rebuild.
What's the point of trying to get a guy that's in his prime now to put him on a team with guys that need like maybe 3-4 more years?
21-year-olds.
Like,
some of them can't even drink yet. Like,
what are we doing?
Yeah,
here?
and he wouldn't even want to go there. He wouldn't want to go. Like, that's why he's requesting a trade out of Philly. He wants to go win and get out of the conference finals. Besides Joel, I think Joel will request a trade. I just don't know who's gonna
want to give up what it takes to get Joel Embiid.
Zion. So on that thing, Zion was
number
voted
20%.
20%
of votes.
I think that's crazy. I would, if I was a voter, I would put Zion over Joel, because Zion, they're not getting along in New Orleans. Like, you can just tell he doesn't want to be there. He said it before, like, he's depressed there. He doesn't want to be in New Orleans. Plus, I mean, they got a good little squad, dude. They got Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram's been balling out.
Grand Theft Alvarado.
Yeah, right. Like, come on. But Zion, like,
if he's healthy, they're a playoff team.
But here, let me ask you this: considering all his injury history, 9th seed last season, do you think that the Pelicans? He was supposed to be generational. He still can.
He's now about as much as Ben Simmons is worth. I think they've got the same kind of value at this point.
I disagree with that, just because Zion's so much younger than Ben Simmons. Like, if Zion just lost some weight, that dude would be on the court way more often than he is right now. I think he has a weight issue, and I think that's what's caught. But I get what you're saying, just in terms of injuries.
Ben's first 2 years though. His first
year,
because his first year was
rookie of the year,
right? But his first 2 years of playing, he was playing the majority of games. But we've seen maybe one good season of Zion,
and it was 45 or 50 games. He hasn't even played half the games since he entered the league. He's only played
114 games, dude.
That's not enough, man. He got drafted
2019. So
this will be his 4th season in the NBA.
114 games played.
Dude, that's intense. Bradley Beal going to Phoenix this offseason is crazy, dude. They're going all in. KD, Book, Bradley Beal, all on max contracts.
Who's their other starter out of those guys? Do you have any idea?
They traded a lot of people because they traded all their depth to make all these trades. They traded all their depth for KD, and Bradley Beal I don't think cost them too much. Book could play point guard, but Book's a shooting guard too, so I don't know if they're going to move someone to the 3, because KD plays the 3. So Book or Bradley Beal are going to have to play point guard, but Bradley Beal could play point guard, but he's just better off ball.
So I'm
DeAndre Ayton, dude. They have DeAndre Ayton on the max too.
Okay, assuming this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, Book at the 1, Beal at the 2.
I just hate that lineup because Book is so good off ball, but at the same time, I would rather have Book at point guard than Bradley Beal, because Book be pulling the up.
Just don't care. He does not care,
man.
Versus
Book will pull up.
The shot of him laying on the ground after that shot he took against the Mavs, dude. I just gotta pull it up, dude.
Dude, yeah. Big.
Okay, I do want to talk about the third guy on this list, and that's Karl Anthony Towns.
Okay, the Cat situation is tricky because Ant's become the new face of Minnesota,
and that's not debatable. And they just got Rudy Gobert, or didn't just get him. But
so that's a huge problem. Minnesota is for a while because they traded away their entire future for Rudy Gobert to go out there and play like a $20 million a year player. I think it was 5 first-round picks. That's
they were like a playing team.
Yeah,
they were not
I think they got worse after adding Rudy, because Rudy and Cat Cat needs to play the 5. I know he's a shooter. He shoots really good, but Cat's a true center, bro. He's not a power forward. He's 7 feet tall.
They moved the sun and the moon to be an 8th seed.
An 8th seed.
To be an 8th seed.
They traded their whole future away to go 42 and 40, bro.
To go be an 8th seed, dude.